we've been doing with the puzzles. Go to 23. I'll do one or two examples, and then you're back on your own to try to do the mean median mode. There's a lot of that on the exam, and if you know what you're doing, those are easy marks. Okay, so backwards examples. What you need to, why I call it that way is because they're going to give you the mean. So essentially, you're going to find the value required to get a certain average. You might ask me this at the end of the semester, Mr. Dirksen, what do I need to get on my exam to get this mark overall? It's kind of like the same thing. So here it goes. In one game, a football team has offensive drives of 45, 43, 24, 21, and 44 yards. The coach wants the team to achieve a mean of 35 yards. So there it is. Like, the mean is given to you. You're not calculating it. You get it. They give you that. Right? So that's what we want. We want an average of 35 yards per game. What must the length of the next offensive drive be if the team wants to meet this goal? Okay. So remember, average is the sum of all values. Did I give you this formula? I did the sigma here. I didn't. Sorry, different course. We're doing statistics and applied as well. Never mind. Just go like this. Sum of values divided by number of values. That's in a nutshell how average works. And so substitute in. The mean is 35, so we're going to put that in there. 35 yards. 35 yards is equal to, let's add up all the values that we already have. 43, 24, 21, 44. So we've got how many drives so far? There's 5 drives, right? So you're gonna add the next drive. You're gonna say, okay, well, the next drive, which is X, we don't know what it is, but we're gonna consider 6 drives for our average. Divided by 6. So I'm just going to tell you that this is the next drive. Okay? So you can clean it up. 35 is equal to, let's figure out what this is already. So you go 45, 43, 24, 21, 44. That adds up to 177 already, plus X over 6. So in my books, like if you want to show work, you may skip this step right here and just go look at the values you have, add them all up, and then just go plus X. Okay? Question, is it possible that one of the drives was 0? Like they didn't, like, I don't know, I don't know much about football, right? But a drive is like how much you move forward as a team, right? Until you get tackled or whatever. So it is possible that you had 0, like you just didn't move, right? So just keep that in mind. A 0, we still consider it when we're dividing, right? So if they had 45, 43, 0, 21 and something, we still consider that value to say, hey, we're considering 6 drives, okay? So a 0 is not just, don't just dismiss it, it's still counted, okay? Now, we do reverse operations. So the first thing I do is I want to get rid of this 6. So I multiply both sides by 6 in order to cancel it out like that. Okay? So 6 times 35 gives me 210 on this side, and I'm left with 177 plus x. Hey, easy.
I have to prioritize something else to be worked on.
Okay, hold on.
It doesn't have to do anything with math, so.
As I was saying, is it recording? Yeah, recording. Okay. So now we still need to get rid of the 177. So we go minus 177, minus 177, cancel that out, and we're left with x. And on this side, you go 210 minus 177 to leave you with 33. So the next drive must be 33 yards, okay? To achieve the goal of 35 yards, okay? The goal of 30 per drive, sorry. I meant to say that that's the average, right? So it's 33 yards for the next drive. Question, does this answer seem logical? What might an explanation for this number be? So what I want to see here is what they're trying to highlight here is, in case you're not, because somebody made this question, and why is that being asked? You want an average of 35, but you're able to make a next run that is less than what your average is supposed to be. Does that make sense? And the answer is it does, because you've done well before. You've had runs of 45, 43, so you've done really well. And the average isn't really that high. The expectations aren't that high, okay? So having the next run be less than what you're aiming for is actually all right. It's almost as if saying, Mr. Dirksen, I want an 80% on my final. Like my final mark report card, I want 80%. And look at my marks, I got 90, 90, right? You got pretty high marks, and then I do the math. I'm like, oh, you want an 80%? Well, you can just score 70 on your next test, and you'll be fine. And the reason why you can score less than what your average is supposed to be is because you did well before. Okay, so that's the reasoning here. So I'll just give you an answer here to write down. The last drive is less than the average due to the drives of 45 and 43 yards, okay? So a drive of 33 yards will still result in an overall average of 35 yards per drive. On another note, is it possible to achieve your goal? Yes, absolutely. You've done drives of more than 33, so you being requested or asked to do a 33-yard drive is absolutely within the possibility, right? Yes, since the team achieved much higher drives before. It is possible. If you did the math and your next drive had to be like 80 yards to get that average, now you'd have to say the team has never even gone close to 80, right? It's not possible. Okay? So keep that in mind. All right, let's give this a try. On page 24. I'll give it one more try, and then you're going to be on your own. 24, top here. In 1 week, the mean number of passengers that went through like a transit turnstile is 1290 per day. So you can write nice and big at the top that the mean is given to you. It's 1290. Do you know what a turnstile is? Certain places, like I know that when I went to Vancouver, whatever, you go through like a bar that counts you, that like spins or either just goes up and down or sideways, that it counts every person going through. That's what a turnstile is. Certain stores, some stores have that even. They count how many people come in. So it says how many people passed through the turnstile on Sunday. So they're asking you Sunday, this is X for us. Like how many people would we have to have on Sunday if we have the average, right? So again, you start like this, 1290, you start with your average, and then you're gonna have a line here, plus X. So I'll just ask you to show your work on the side here maybe. Let's add up these 6 days from Monday to Saturday. I'm going to go find that quickly because I want to save us a little bit of time here. And that's 8,102. Okay? So 8,102 passengers so far. We need to figure out how many we had on Sunday. But remember, altogether, we're going to add up 7 days worth of data. Okay, so that's your initial setup. Can you already do the backwards on this one? Right, we multiply both sides by 7 in order to get rid of the 7. So it's 7 times 1290. That's 9,030. Is equal to 8102 plus X. So this step is going to be very similar. At the end, once you've got it set up, it's the same thing. Minus 8102 minus 8102. Cancel that out. You essentially figure out what that is. And I get 928 passengers. Does it make sense for it to be that low? Because if you compare it to the rest, does it make sense for Sunday to be low in terms of passengers boarding the transit system? Yeah, and if I asked you if they ever ask you what are the justifications to say most people work Monday to Friday, so Sunday, right, obviously is a lower, there's less traffic there. That's it for that. So I'm gonna ask you to try this. And this goes from, not everything is backwards, guys, just to page 28. So pages 25 to 28 for now. Not everything is backwards. Some is just basic, mean, median, and mode. So try that and see how it goes for you. Okay? But make sure you work on this.